Tyson Murphy is charged with murder and aggravated robbery. He's accused of shooting and killing Courtney Bruce, known by her stage name, Boog the Bandit. Bruce was killed during an attempted robbery back in May. Murphy is currently being held at the Franklin County Jail.
I want to give a huge shout out to all my followers, all my supporters, anybody that has streamed Hot Topic, Hardaway, or Risky. I love you and thank you. Shout out to my team, Music the Label. Shout out to all my producers, my engineers, everybody that's been putting in work. We had 500,000 views on YouTube. 3 videos in, all 3 videos got 100K and up, and I'm finna drop again.
500,000 views and climbing. 3 tracks breaking 100K each. A record deal on the horizon. These weren't just the statistics for Courtney Bruce. They were milestones on a journey that was only beginning. To everyone streaming my music, supporting the vision, sharing the videos, this is just the start, she told her growing fan base in what would tragically become one of her final messages to them. As Boo the Bandit, Courtney wasn't just another aspiring artist from Columbus. She was a force, raw talent wrapped in determination, authenticity cutting through industry noise. Her distinct sound was beginning to resonate far beyond Ohio, catching the attention of established names in the industry. After years of hustle, everything was finally falling into place. Then on a spring evening in May 2021, gunshots shattered that promise. A robbery attempt, a life extinguished, a voice forever silenced. This story matters. At True Crime Journal, we believe in honoring lives, not just documenting deaths. If you share this belief, join our community by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications. Together we can ensure that Courtney's story, and others like hers, won't fade into forgotten headlines or cold case files. Her music silenced, her laughter gone. In their place, the stark emptiness of potential vanished at just 26 years old. Pause and consider your own aspirations for a moment. Remember that sensation, standing at the threshold of achievement, pulse racing with possibility, the future unfolding brilliantly before you. Then picture it all vanishing in seconds, extinguished by gunfire. Or perhaps violence has already touched your world, leaving your community searching for answers where none seem adequate. This is no fictional account. This is Courtney Bruce's reality, a talented artist not merely gone, but stolen from us. Not through illness or misfortune, but through deliberate violence that erupted in her hometown on what should have been a day of celebration for her blossoming career. Her story confronts us with uncomfortable questions. What deadly intersection brought a promising musician into contact with lethal violence? Who truly was the woman behind Boo the Bandit's public persona? What chain of decisions culminated in that fatal evening? And what sobering insights might her tragedy offer about the dangers that can emerge even as dreams begin to materialize? To grasp Courtney's journey, we must examine the environment that shaped it. Columbus stands as Ohio's beating heart, a dynamic capital where potential and peril coexist. Columbus combines thriving opportunity, Ohio State, tech, healthcare, with rich culture, Short North Arts District, downtown venues, and diverse neighborhoods, historic German Village, artistic Clintonville. The Scioto River provides green spaces throughout. However, beneath its promising surface, the city faces typical urban challenges: economic inequality, housing problems, and persistent gun violence that particularly affects its youth. Despite community efforts, Columbus faces violent crime rates well above national averages. When Courtney became the city's 75th homicide of 2021, she joined a growing list of victims representing shattered futures and grieving families. In this environment of both opportunity and danger, Courtney Bruce, born September 7, 1994, pursued her dreams. Friends remember her unstoppable spirit. Before becoming Boo the Bandit, she began her creative journey in fashion, modeling for brands like Chris Brown's Black Pyramid and Rob Kardashian's Arthur George, developing presentation skills that would later benefit her music career. Everyone keeps messaging me asking how to start modeling, Courtney once explained in a video, smiling as she spoke. Basically, I visited New York, connected with amazing people who completely changed how I saw things. It wasn't planned, but I suddenly saw bigger possibilities than what I knew in Columbus, Ohio, where most people just stay stuck forever. That's my hometown. But in New York, I experienced something different. I saw real living. This wasn't simply about fancy clothes or photo shoots. Her fashion days showed everyone a young woman with ambition and clear vision, someone who grasped how powerful an image could be, who could navigate different settings while staying true to herself. Art was in her blood beyond just fashion. In high school, she honed her talents at a Columbus Arts and Technical School, where instructors noticed how she tackled creative projects with both skill and heart. After graduating, she briefly tried Columbus State Community College, but sitting in classrooms couldn't contain her restless artistic energy. That life-changing New York trip, with its bright skyline, fast rhythm, and crowds of dreamers, awoke something deep inside her. It opened her eyes to possibilities beyond her hometown streets, proving that artists like her could indeed push past boundaries and find people who appreciated their work. This taste of a wider world, this peek at what might be possible, ultimately led her toward music, where her true voice would finally be heard. I'll rewrite this section about Courtney's transformation into Boo the Bandit, making it more engaging while maintaining the word count. When Courtney Bruce became Boo the Bandit, she didn't just adopt a stage name, she embraced a creative rebirth that let her channel life experiences, personal struggles, and ambitious dreams into music that struck a chord with listeners. Between 2019 and 2020, she burst onto Columbus's music landscape, quickly commanding attention and respect as an artist who demanded to be heard. Her signature urban alternative style defied simple categorization. She crafted a distinctive sound by weaving together traditional hip-hop beats, soulful R&B influences, and catchy pop elements into something uniquely her own. This musical flexibility allowed her to reach audiences across different tastes and backgrounds. Her inspirations range widely, from Billie Eilish's intimate vulnerability to Chris Brown's polished R&B grooves, even incorporating melodic elements reminiscent of groups like the Backstreet Boys. "My music isn't meant for just one audience," she once told a Columbus Arts interviewer. "I create so everyone can discover something in my sound that touches them, something authentic that makes them truly feel." Her unwavering commitment to perfecting her craft paid off quickly. During 2020, she dropped several tracks that captured attention throughout Columbus and beyond its borders. Songs like Lonely, where she laid bare emotional truths, Hard Way, which chronicled the struggles of independent artists, and Risky, brimming with unapologetic confidence, connected deeply with fans. Her viewership numbers climbed steadily across YouTube and SoundCloud, a faithful following growing organically with each new release. The definitive breakthrough came with Hot Topic, which dropped November 13th, 2020. Created alongside producers JVK and Zach, the track showcased everything that made her special: mesmerizing flow, sharp lyrical wordplay, and hooks impossible to forget. This release marked the moment her reputation expanded beyond her hometown. Music videos for Hot Topic, Lonely, and Hard Way each crashed through the 100,000 view milestone, undeniable evidence of her widening appeal and growing fan base. Studio collaborators painted a picture of an artist who arrived meticulously prepared, with crystal clear vision for her sound, yet remained receptive to creative input and musical experimentation. She wasn't merely recording tracks, she was architecting a distinctive sonic identity, building a personal brand that honored her origins while stretching toward greater heights. Her career trajectory reflected escalating ambition. Early 2021 found her deep in creation mode, crafting an EP titled 222, a project showcasing her artistic evolution and dedication to her musical future. The number itself carried deep spiritual meaning for Courtney, symbolizing fresh starts and destiny alignment. Themes particularly resonant as her star continued rising. Industry recognition began flowing her way. Fellow Columbus native Trippie Redd, already established nationally, reportedly planned collaboration with her, a significant endorsement of her growing prominence in broader hip-hop circles, and potentially her gateway to mainstream exposure. DJ IQ from Columbus radio powerhouse 106.7. The Beat witnessed her talent firsthand during station appearances. "The first time I heard Boo perform, I instantly recognized something extraordinary. he later shared in memorial. It felt like watching a future superstar. She possessed that unteachable quality, not just skill with words and rhythm, but that rare ability to genuinely connect with everyone listening. February 2021 marked a personal milestone, reflecting growth beyond her artistic identity. Courtney chose baptism as a spiritual cleansing, describing it online as releasing the past and welcoming positive energy into my journey. This act of reflection suggested a desire for spiritual grounding as her career accelerated and success brought new pressures and temptations. Throughout this period, she continued creating, planning, and evolving both musically and personally. Friends described someone relentlessly pursuing her dreams while staying connected to relationships and community. By all accounts, she was blossoming into her authentic power, discovering her true voice, and preparing to share it with an ever-expanding audience. On May 20th, 2021, she unveiled another piece of her artistic heart, releasing the music video for Heart Away on YouTube. The professional quality and creative vision of this video represented another forward leap in her artistic evolution. It should have been a day ending in celebration of another creative milestone achieved. Instead, by nightfall, Courtney Bruce's journey would take a savage, unimaginable turn, one that nobody who cherished her, believed in her talent, or followed her ascending career could have possibly foreseen. As twilight descended on Columbus on May 20th, 2021, Courtney's plans were ordinary. Her mother later explained she was simply going to style someone's hair, a side skill that supplemented her income while pursuing music. Riding with a 25-year-old friend through the 3,700 block of Dort Place near East Livingston Avenue, the car's clock showed 6:10 p.m. The violence erupted without warning. Armed young men surrounded the vehicle and opened fire immediately. Gunshots tore through the quiet neighborhood street. Wanda Bruce later reconstructed the tragedy from witness accounts and police files. Courtney was a hot tamale, spicy, determined, true to her nature, she told reporters, pride visible through her grief. She knew who she was. The attackers wanted only her chain and wallet, trivial items compared to a human life. But Courtney fought back, staying true to her fierce spirit. During the terrifying confrontation, Courtney suffered multiple chest gunshots and was pistol whipped. Witnesses described hearing 2 initial shots, a car speeding away, then one final, devastating shot echoing through the area, the sound that marked the end of her promising life. Despite catastrophic injuries, Courtney showed remarkable resilience. Whether she walked into Mount Carmel East Hospital herself, as some accounts suggest, or her friend drove her there, she fought for survival until the end. Her companion escaped physical harm, though surely carrying psychological scars. Medical staff couldn't save her. The wounds proved fatal, the blood loss too severe. Courtney was pronounced dead shortly after 6 p.m., becoming Columbus's 75th homicide of 2021, a year not yet half finished. As the attackers disappeared into the darkness, a community confronted another senseless tragedy. A vibrant voice with unlimited potential was silenced over possessions worth mere hundreds of dollars, leaving a city in mourning and demanding justice. When dawn broke on May 21, 2021, Columbus felt irrevocably altered for those who love Courtney Bruce. As grief spread across social media and local news, the Columbus Police Department began their meticulous investigation, examining witness accounts, surveillance footage, and evidence from the crime scene. 3 suspects eventually emerged: Kaizen Murphy, Jamada Williams, and Sincere McIntyre. Justice, however, would follow a winding path. The first breakthrough came in July 2021 with the arrest of 22-year-old Kaizen Murphy, charged with murder and aggravated robbery. This arrest kindled hope that accountability might follow tragedy. By August, 19-year-old Jamada Williams faced similar charges, while authorities identified 17-year-old Sincere McIntyre as the third suspect, though he remained at large. McIntyre's freedom ended in November after a police pursuit in Richland County. Officers discovered drugs and a loaded firearm during his arrest, evidence of the dangerous lifestyle that intersected with Courtney's fate. With all 3 suspects in custody, the case moved from streets to courtrooms. Murphy pleaded guilty first, accepting reduced charges of involuntary manslaughter and robbery. In August 2021, Prosecutors recommended 12 to 16.5 years imprisonment, a sentence confirmed in August 2024. Punishment that many who loved Courtney felt could never balance the scales of justice. The cases against Williams and McIntyre stretched longer, finally concluding in July 2024, 3 years after Courtney's death. Both entered guilty pleas, McIntyre to murder, Williams to involuntary manslaughter and aggravated robbery. For Courtney's family, these proceedings weren't merely about legal outcomes, but a prolonged reopening of wounds as they relived her final moments through evidence and testimony. While the legal machinery turned, a community mourned. Courtney's death reverberated through Columbus, touching fellow artists, fans, and residents all too familiar with violence's toll. DJ IQ's emotional on-air tribute captured the music scene's collective loss. "We didn't just lose an artist. We lost a light, someone who was going to put our city on the map in a whole new way." Local venues hosted memorial performances where musicians covered her songs and shared memories. Online, her streaming numbers climbed as new listeners discovered her music, a bittersweet recognition of talent that would never fully bloom. At grief's epicenter stood Wanda Bruce, Courtney's mother, whose dignified strength through unbearable pain moved viewers across Ohio. "She was loved," Wanda told reporters, tears flowing but voice steady. Even through her tribulations, she tried to make the best of things. Wanda revealed that Courtney had planned to relocate to Atlanta, but delayed her move to stay near her mother during an illness, a decision that tragically placed her in harm's way. "She would have been safer in Atlanta," Wanda reflected, words heavy with unspoken what-ifs. In subsequent months, Wanda channeled grief into purpose, establishing a memorial fund and ensuring her daughter wouldn't become just another statistic. The community rallied around this mission at a June 1st memorial service at Turnpoint Apostolic Church, where hundreds gathered wearing shirts emblazoned with "Long Live Boo." Courtney Bruce's story transcends crime statistics. She wasn't merely Columbus's 75th homicide of 2021, but a vibrant artist, loyal daughter, and dedicated friend with extraordinary talent. Her story starkly illustrates life's fragility, how quickly potential and ambition can vanish through senseless violence. Her death reveals violent crime's devastating ripple effects across families and communities. 3 young men will spend their prime years incarcerated, more lives effectively lost through terrible decisions. Courtney's journey highlights both the promise and peril facing young artists from challenging environments. Her talent offered escape from difficult circumstances, while the community that nurtured her creativity harbored the dangers that claimed her life. The lengthy pursuit of justice illuminates our legal system's complex, often frustratingly slow machinery, a process that prolongs healing for victims' families. It questions how society responds to violence and whether our systems truly deliver justice. Most crucially, her story challenges communities to address the complex issues behind such violence, from economic inequality to glorification of material wealth and easy firearm access. It demands a future where potential isn't extinguished over material possessions, where talent can flourish without preventable tragedy. Through Wanda Bruce's unwavering voice, we witness a mother's transcendent love and determination to preserve her child's memory, fighting against fading headlines to keep her daughter's legacy alive. While the legal case has concluded, Courtney's absence echoes on. Her legacy continues through her music, the ambition she embodied, and the raw lessons her story teaches. It's a call to value life and acknowledge the shadows in our communities while working toward a future where talent like hers can safely thrive. Thank you for joining True Crime Journal. If Courtney's story moved you, please like and share this video so others can learn from her journey. Subscribe for more explorations of cases that reveal the human stories behind headlines. Your support helps ensure these voices aren't forgotten. In understanding these stories, we honor those who can no longer speak for themselves.